Thanks to Western Bank for supporting our coverage of Bulldogs sports on KSVP and KSVPTV.com. Joining us now to talk a little Bulldog baseball is the coach of the Bulldogs, Coach J.J. Ortiz. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Hey, glad you could be with us today. You guys have, I guess, finished the tournament portion of the schedule. 4 tournaments over 4 weekends, and so probably by now you've got a pretty good idea about your baseball team right now.
Yes, sir. We're 6-6 right now, so got 12 games under our belt, and we saw some really good teams in these tournaments. Just finished up in Rio Rancho, playing Cleveland, which is one of the top 10 teams in 5A, and then Academy, which I think they're sitting number 2 in 4A, and then we saw Bloomfield, which is another 4A school, and Thursday we're playing a really good game. We're up 2-0. Josh Madrid's pitching really well, keeping them off balance. They didn't have an answer for him, and then Cleveland got some things going in their way, and we made some mistakes, and they capitalized on it. And I've talked about this before. Good teams are going to take advantage of your mistakes, and they took advantage of our mistake, and then we just couldn't get back. They scored too many runs on us, and then had a really good plan for Academy, and they have their 2 and 3 hitters. Hole hitters are really good hitters, and they jumped up on us, and we came back, and then we just spotted them too many runs and got back and made it a game, but it was just too late, too many runs to overcome, but it was really good to see them. Saw their number 2 pitcher. Got to see a little bit of their number 1. He pitched against Carlsbad the day before. And then, we were up for those games. We wanted to win those games. And then we didn't do a very good job of coming out Saturday and refocusing. And Bloomfield took advantage of that. We had a bad inning against Bloomfield. They scored 4 runs in an inning, and off of our mistakes, and we battled back, got it down by 1, had a guy on second, and just couldn't get him in to tie it. And so now really, really happy. Even though we're 6-6, everyone wants to be 12-0, but you learn a lot from these games, and that's what we talk to our kids about. We're getting better every week in different areas, and we want to be playing our best baseball when we're at the end of the year, district and going into state, and have a lot of confidence in these guys that we're going to continue to get better, and then we're going to be playing our best baseball into district and carry that momentum into state. So
you've got a couple weeks left before you start district. You've got the doubleheader at Hobbs today. And then next week, you've got Roswell. Is that a single game or a doubleheader? Doubleheader with Roswell, and then a single game with Carlsbad still on the schedule before you start the district. Looking at the standings in our district, 109 runs, which leads the district in runs produced. Portales is next at 81. Goddard has only scored 59 runs this year, and 39 for Lovington. So looks like the bats, you're able to get hits, you're able to get runners on and score some runs with this team.
Yeah, we have scored a lot of runs. We've had a lot of hits. We out-hit Academy. We're right there with Cleveland. I think we had the same amount of hits, and close. I think same amount of hits against Bloomfield. So yeah, we're hitting the ball. We got to do a better job of scoring guys when they're on base, leaving too many guys on base. And there's a lot of factors when you look into runs, and you got to look at people's schedule and who they faced. And so I don't really put a lot of stock into that when you're looking at the district, because, we have scored a lot of runs. Goddard, you said they were a lot lower, but they've played a tough schedule also, and so, I mean, there's a lot of things to look at.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Runs allowed. Ortiz and Portales, 68 and 67 runs allowed. So that kind of gives you an indication of how well the pitching is doing for those teams. Or is that one of the factors you look at when you see how well the pitching is for a team?
Yeah, it depends on who you're playing. You know, if you're playing 3A school, 2A school that's smaller, and your whole schedule's full of that, then you're probably going to have not a lot of runs allowed.
Yeah.
But if you're playing bigger schools and teams that hit the ball really well, then you're probably going to be allowing more runs. I mean, it just depends. There's a lot of things to look at when you're looking at that.
Yeah. Well, and Ortiz is 6-6, Portales is 4-6, Goddard's 4-8, and Lovington is 2-8. And Lovington's probably had a little slower start amongst our district teams. You mentioned you saw the team saw Academy and Bloomfield. Is there anybody else that you've had an opportunity to see around the rest of the state that's kind of, looking at they're going to be the teams to watch out for when we get into district and in the state tournament?
Yes, sir. Well, NFHS, they put some of the Albuquerque schools games online, and so we're able to watch St. Pius and Valley. The Valley Vikings were at the Rio Rancho tournament, and they have a really good team, so we were able to see them too. So yeah, people can watch our KSVP videos, and so with it, NFHS, they film all the Albuquerque schools, so we can go on and watch theirs. So that gives us a resource to be able to see those other teams when we can't actually see them in person, and so.
Yeah. Well, I want to do a better job with what we do. I haven't watched how they do theirs, so I need to go see what their setup is. And
no, I think we do. You guys do such a better job.
Well,
I always brag on what you guys do with the video and the effort you guys put in. So we really appreciate it.
Well, thanks. What do you know about Hobbs? We did not get to see them in the Hobbs round robin tournament, although they were there and you were there. Just didn't work out that you get to play them. What do you know about Hobbs?
Yeah, we've played them in that tournament as every year that I can remember, and he switched it up, and but we did get to see them. They made it to the state championship last year, and they have 8 seniors, and 2 of their better arms from last year are back this year, and so we'll probably see them. We'll see the 2 best guys they have, and they hit the ball really well. Their pitchers do a great job of filling up the zone and keeping the hitters off balance, and so it'll definitely be a challenge for us today, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they played over the weekend, because you mentioned something before we went on the air. As a coach, you've got to be aware of the pitch counts and how arms and not overusing people, and so you had to pitch in 3 games, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now you turn around with just a couple of days off for a Tuesday doubleheader, so that always presents some challenges, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. And that's some of the things that people outside looking in don't really see, and so we did save some guys, and we looked at the rotation so we can have our best chance to beat Hobbs today, and so we're able to have those guys available for today's game or both the doubleheader. And so Hobbs, I think they opened district with Centennial, and they played a 3-game series, and I think they won all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. But
well, I'm looking at, they played 2 for sure. They played on Thursday and doubleheader on Thursday. It doesn't show that they played a 3rd game. So, but they beat Centennial 16-5 and 6-5 on Thursday, and they show that as their last game. So I wonder if what happened to that 3rd game?
Yeah, I don't know. They usually play. They're doing this. They set up their district just like we did.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a single and then a doubleheader, and so I'm not sure. Sometimes not everyone posts their their scores and stats right away. So maybe that's what happened.
Because they played Alamogordo on Saturday the 19th, and they're just showing 2 games. They beat Alamogordo 9-1 and 11-0. And I'm not sure if that's in their district or not. And then they've got Las Cruces, doubleheader with Las Cruces on Friday. And then Tuesday with Roswell. There's the 3-game series with Roswell and Clovis and Carlsbad. So that must not be in their district then. Centennial and Alamogordo. They must just be doubleheaders.
Yeah, they're. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because they're in the. Everyone switches to those. They were with the with those schools, and now they're back with Carlsbad and Roswell and Clovis.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that was just a pre-district.
Yeah, that was just so they their district is they still have us. They have Las Cruces, and then they've got their 3-game series with Roswell, which is Tuesday at Roswell, and then the doubleheader Thursday there in Hobbs. Then Clovis they play at home, and then they do a doubleheader there, and then they finish up with Carlsbad at Carlsbad on the Thursday game, and then the doubleheader with Carlsbad there in Hobbs.
Yes, sir.
That ought to be a pretty good series. Carlsbad didn't get into the championship game of Rio Rancho, but they beat Valley in the 3rd place game in that tournament. So, and you'll be seeing Carlsbad here next week. So
yes, sir. Yeah, I think really in 4A it's wide open. I think, I really feel good about our chances, and it's really good to be able to see Los Alamos and Santa Teresa. I think both were gonna win their district from our tournament. We saw them, and they're both going to win their district. I think Academy or Valley will win that district. They're going to have to battle it out. And so, I think in the years before, there's a couple schools that had a pitcher that really it was going to be really hard to beat, and it's not like that this year. And so, it's kind of anybody's race to win at the end, and I think we have a really good chance to be there.
yeah.
So,
How's overall? How's the team doing? They doing well?
yeah, we're doing really good. Starting to come together. Starting to, it's always we had some guys that didn't play with us last year and that were JV or 8th graders, and now they're freshmen. And so just getting all those guys to buy into what we're doing and understand their role is really what the pre-district gives us. Those guys we're putting guys in different opportunities to be successful, different positions, and then once it gets to district, we set that, and then we go forward. And so the guys are doing really good, working really hard. Had a really good pregame yesterday, and like I said, we're learning from the things that we're doing wrong, and we're fixing them, and the stuff that we're doing right, we're continuing to do it and get better at it. So
how's JV doing so far this year?
Yeah, JV's doing good. They're going to have more of their games coming up, and they're going to be traveling with us today, and so. We usually have a JVB schedule, but we didn't do that this year. Our numbers weren't as high as they've been, and so we kind of have some guys floating back and forth from varsity to JV, and you can only play 26 total games in a season. So if guys play a varsity game, then they might have to sit out a JV game. And so there's a lot of things that we have to consider when we're doing that and trying to get guys as much experience as we can. And so, no, it's been really good. Really happy with the effort that we're getting from all our guys, and they're continuing to work hard every day. So that's really good.
So coaching with you on the varsity level is Coach Lopez and Coach Bickle?
Yes, sir.
And your JV coaches?
Is Coach Tristan Bowden.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a former player, and he also played at Eastern. And Coach Tony Jaramillo, and he's had a lot of baseball experience. He actually coached in my hometown in Moriarty. He was a baseball coach there, and so I was a little younger at the time, but no, it's really nice to have these guys on our staff, and the effort that they put in, and people to understand how much time baseball takes, we're probably there till 6, a little after 6 every night, and the wear and tear it takes on your body too. We throw a lot of batting practice to these kids, and hit the ball still to them, and so we got to kind of be in some type of shape to be able to do that every day. And so I really appreciate all the help that those guys give me.
Yeah. Well, good luck tonight in Hobbs, and with the wind, I guess it affects both teams, so it's not like it's an advantage for any one team or the other, but I guess you try to get more ground balls when the wind is blowing like this, right?
Yes, sir. It seems like it's the norm now, with the wind. Every time we play, there's some wind, and so, we're starting to it's just normal. If it's windy, it's normal. If it's not windy, we're like, well, where's the wind?
Where's the wind? Yeah, what's going on out here? We're not used to that, because that, I'm sure, creates all kinds of challenges on pop-ups and pop flies, and making sure they call and communicate with each other and don't have too many collisions out there when they're trying to catch them. And of course, you're always trying to teach technique too, because some of them get real, they watch all that stuff on Major League Baseball and they do the one glove thing, but
yes, sir.
That's hard to beat out of them, isn't it?
Yeah, they see a lot of stuff that the pros do, and they want to do it, but
yeah,
we really work on fundamentals every day, and the right technique, and how to approach a baseball, and how to catch a baseball, and so it all pays off in the end. So
there you go. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
I just want to encourage everyone to come watch us, and continue to come support the Bulldogs. We really appreciate all the support from the community, and just excited about today's doubleheader.
That's right. And 4:30 and 6:30 today over in Hobbs, America. Joby and I will be there to put it on the radio and on the TV. So if you can't make it, it will be there for you to listen to or watch. And then you got a home stretch. You got doubleheader with Roswell Tuesday, a single game with Carlsbad next Friday, and then your first district game is at home against Portales on April 14th. So got a little home stretch coming up here. That'll be nice.
Yes, sir.
Instead of doing all this traveling. So very good. Coach, thank you so much. Good luck this afternoon.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's